A unique opportunity for anime and manga fans. If you're a One Piece fan, I'm sure you'd love to draw your favorite characters. Now you can get 2 amazing books for free. The first book will teach you drawing techniques, and the second one will show you how to create art directly on your phone without even needing to draw. You'll be able to create stunning virtual artwork just like the one on your screen right now. Both books are completely free if you act fast and click the link in the description. Don't waste time. This is a one-of-a-kind opportunity.
つい7年前まで生々しい戦争が起きていた。相手かもな。俺のことかよ。他に誰がいる？そうか。好きにしろ。
Hey there, pirates. Welcome aboard the Anime No Mi channel. Guys, ever since Zoro first appeared after the time skip with that striking scar across his left eye, I think every One Piece fan has wondered what really happened to him during his training with Mihawk. For me, the lack of detailed explanations only deepens the mystery surrounding this scar. What's even more intriguing is that the Straw Hats never questioned it, which is quite peculiar given how curious and talkative they usually are. Maybe they respect Zoro so much that they choose not to bring it up, but for us fans, this lack of answers only fuels the theories. I believe there are many possibilities about what's behind Zoro's closed eye and what it could mean for his story and his powers. First, it's impossible to ignore the connection with Zaraki Kenpachi from Bleach. Kenpachi wore an eye patch, not because he was blind, but to limit his power, controlling the overwhelming strength he could unleash. What if Zoro, in some way, is doing something similar? What if he keeps his eye closed to contain a kind of power he hasn't fully mastered yet? I think this idea fits Zoro's personality perfectly, since he's never one to reveal his true potential until it's absolutely necessary. One theory I frequently see is that Zoro's eye is connected to some sort of demon. This would make sense given his relationship with cursed swords and how he's already shown the ability to summon a demonic aura, as seen with Ashura. Maybe during his training with Mihawk, Zoro reached such an advanced level of skill that he had to make some kind of sacrifice to gain greater power. I believe this could explain the scar, symbolizing a pact or something he had to give up. In this scenario, opening his eye would be like releasing that demon or accessing hidden power. It might sound a bit far-fetched, but in a world where cursed swords and supernatural forces exist, I think it's not impossible. Another possibility I find quite interesting is the idea that Zoro's eye has a direct connection to Mihawk. The idea would be that the eye serves as a kind of silent message. By keeping his eye closed, Zoro might be signaling that he's not yet ready to face Mihawk in their final duel. When he finally opens the eye, it would be as if he's saying, "Now I'm ready." This would add enormous symbolic weight to their fight and also show how much Zoro has matured since the beginning of his journey. I think this would be an incredible way to emphasize the bond between master and student, showing that the training with Mihawk wasn't just physical, but also emotional and strategic. There's even a theory that Zoro's eye has an observation hockey link connected to Mihawk's. When he opens that eye, Mihawk could see through it and know he needs to go directly to Zoro to face him. One theory, which doesn't make much sense to me but is still interesting, ties the mystery of his eye back to what we saw in Wano. Zoro is constantly evolving, and this evolution isn't just physical or technical. He's also developing his hockey abilities, and I believe Conqueror's Haki is the key to understanding the mystery behind his eye. The first clue comes from when Zoro used Conqueror's Haki for the first time in Wano. In the anime, we can clearly see a powerful aura surrounding him, and what's most interesting is that at that moment, his left eye begins to glow. I believe this wasn't just a visual effect, but a clue that something much deeper is happening there. The fact that Zoro's eye glows when he uses Conqueror's Haki is something we can't just ignore, especially because the eye is a fundamental part of expressing his strength. Now, what really makes people believe Conqueror's Haki is hidden in Zoro's eye is the fact that he has always had a somewhat reserved and introspective nature. Zoro isn't the type of person who likes to show off his abilities all the time. He prefers to keep his strength hidden until the right moment, and this might reflect his character. The idea that Zoro has Conqueror's Haki but hides his true power behind his left eye could be his way of keeping that strength under control, revealing it only when necessary. Despite these more elaborate theories, I believe the most plausible explanation is something much simpler and straightforward. Zoro was injured during training because he wasn't skilled enough to defend himself from one of Mihawk's attacks. This would not only explain the scar, but also reinforce the idea that Zoro still had much to learn. Being injured by Mihawk would serve as a constant reminder that he's not yet on the same level as his master, something that would motivate him to keep pushing himself. I think this fits perfectly with Zoro's personality because he's the type type of person who uses his failures as fuel to become stronger. Continuing with the possibilities surrounding Zoro's eye, I think we can delve even deeper into what this scar could mean, both for the character and the overall One Piece story. However, one idea that I still find intriguing is the possibility that Zoro is hiding some sort of ability related to hockey. We know he trained intensely with Mihawk, the world's greatest swordsman, and we've seen how Mihawk uses observation hockey and armament hockey masterfully. So, what if Zoro's eye is a symbol of an advanced hockey technique he hasn't revealed to anyone yet? For instance, observation hockey has already been described as something that can go beyond merely predicting movements. Katakuri, for example, used observation hockey to literally see into the future during his fight with Luffy. Now, imagine if Zoro developed a similar ability but linked to his left eye. I believe it could be something unique, a special type of vision that allows him to see weaknesses in his opponents, or even predict movements on a deeper level than we've seen before. This would align well with Zoro's strategic and analytical fighting style, especially when facing stronger opponents. Among the more outlandish theories we've seen today, the one I find most intriguing is the idea that Zoro's eye could be directly connected to Ashura, his demonic form. Since we first saw Ashura in Eni's lobby, it's been clear that this ability goes far beyond what's considered normal for a swordsman. The demonic aura he emits, the multiple arms and swords, all of it suggests that Ashura is something supernatural, almost like a physical manifestation of his willpower and determination. So, what if Zoro's eye is the key to unlocking Ashura's true potential? Maybe he keeps his eye closed because opening it would unleash a power so devastating that he'd only use it in extreme cases, as a last resort. I think this possibility gains traction when we remember that Zoro isn't the type to boast about his abilities. He's always been reserved, preferring to let his actions speak for him. If he had such immense power hidden away, it would make sense for him to reveal it only when there's no other choice. Moreover, the fact that he's never explained the scar or talked about his closed eye reinforces the idea that there's more to it, something he's saving for a specific moment. Still, the main possibility remains. The scar might simply be a consequence of his training. During the time skip, Zoro was in a position of extreme disadvantage, training with someone far superior to him. It's possible he was injured during an intense training session, and the scar serves as a constant reminder of his limitations at the time. This wouldn't diminish the mystery around the eye, but would provide a more practical and realistic explanation, consistent with the world of One Piece. It's also important to note that Eiichiro Oda, the creator of One Piece, mentioned in an interview that Zoro's eye scar was purely an aesthetic choice. He wanted to give the character a more serious and mature look after the time skip. I think this simple explanation doesn't take away from the impact of the mystery, but perhaps it's just Oda playing with us, as he often does. Regardless of the truth behind Zoro's eye, I believe this mystery is part of what makes the character so fascinating. The lack of concrete answers gives us the freedom to speculate and imagine all sorts of possibilities, from the most realistic to the most supernatural. And in the end, that's what makes One Piece such a rich and engaging story. Who knows? One day Oda might surprise us and reveal a bigger secret behind the scar. But until then, the theories will continue to fuel our curiosity. And let's not forget that Oda, as always, might just be messing with us when it comes to Zoro's eye. He already said the scar was an aesthetic choice to make Zoro look more serious and imposing. But knowing Oda, he's also a master at hiding secrets in plain sight. It could be that in the future, he reveals something more about Zoro's closed eye, something we haven't even imagined yet. Until then, all we can do is speculate and create our own theories. After all, that's part of One Piece's charm, its ability to keep us intrigued and make us wonder what comes next. But what do you think about this? Do you like these possibilities? That was today's content. We hope you liked it and want to share your opinion on the subject. Don't forget to share the video, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care and stay amazing.